Here we have a good clip of Notre Dame's defense against Maryland for a possession, and we're going to go through the full possession. But what we're going to see here from Notre Dame is some good off-ball defense, really good slider stance, slider positioning, slide decisions, a couple of them. We'll see a hedge, we'll see a slide to X. We'll see a good recovery where the backside does a good job flowing with the ball. And staying connected. And we'll see some head turns, which just shows the connection between Notre Dame's off-ball defenders. And lastly, we'll see how Notre Dame does a good job of outnumbering Maryland inside the box. And so you'll see here off the start, we have Maryland getting a dodge down the side. Notre Dame opts to hedge to it. Ball moves forward, play through the possession. It gets a little scrambly here, which is all part of it. Notre Dame slides to X, recovers. Ultimately, Maryland plays through, is able to get a shot off, but we'll talk through. It's not really the best shot opportunity, and Maryland never really looks comfortable throughout that possession. Kind of a shot to the middle, fading away to an offhand. And so we'll break down this possession a little bit. Off the start, we just want to notice Notre Dame, and as the play progresses, right here, does a good job of getting a hot guy, ball side of his man, in a sideways and open stance, where he is able to see the inside end. He's able to see the inside to the inside here. Oops, sorry. Inside there, as well as his man, the sliding to up there. And now if I rewind it a little bit, we'll also notice that outside of his stance, just his positioning. And so one good landmark for our positioning is using either the ball side pipeline or between the ball side crease tangent line. And so somewhere around that area is a good spot for our launch point. And why this will be important is you'll notice as the possession ensues, Maryland's offensive crease guy here moves away, and Notre Dame doesn't vacate this spot. We hold this crease line, and then on the backside, we fill over to support the crease guy, and from the furthest guy, we fill into around a little outside this backside crease line there. And so those can be decent landmarks for us to use. But right here, we see the dodge happens. Notre Dame holds this hot presence, but stays sideways. And so if I rewind it again there, watching the hot guy on the crease, notice as his man vacates, right here on the crease, see this head turn right here to pass off the crease to the backside. And that's really important because as a hot guy, what your job is one, to be hot to the ball, but not to totally turn your chest to the ball and ball watch. And so that's the difference between being in no man's land and a good hot stance. If this guy's chest was to the ball, he would be floating in no man's land. But by staying sideways right here in that open position where his left hip is to the ball and his right hip is to the inside, this is that off-ball triangle we talk about where it's you, ball, and the man you're covering. So that kind of gives us that off-ball triangle right there. And so the way to develop that off-ball triangle is by having a really good stance and proper positioning. And now as we watch the play continue, we'll see dodge comes down. Notre Dame hedges and recovers. The way that guy's able to hedge and recover like that is because he stays sideways. If he turns his chest to the ball, he knows he keeps his stance. He backpedals down. This is a good drill to work on. The guy's backpedaling down in your stance to maintain hot without opening to the ball. He's able to recover, bump back out. Notre Dame's a good job. The last piece of this right here, the last two pieces, is this top guy. One, he stays level with the ball as a dodge passes you from top to bottom. We don't want to follow it all the way down to 5 yards, but you want to stay level with the dodge to a certain point. I think a lot of teams between that, maybe 10-ish yard mark where you're able to fold down but still get back out to your man. It allows us also to hold skip lanes through the backside. You'll see Notre Dame leaves this guy open for Maryland. And so the top guy helps down, flows down with the dodge. Our X guy here, Chris Fake, different teams will play this differently, but because Notre Dame has a hot presence from the crease and the ball's going down the side, Chris Fake is more focused on covering his X-man. Maryland plays his X game tight to the crease, so if Chris Fake starts to show, he's probably going to get back cut. So he needs to work on getting out as that front side adjacent out to his man. So watch the play fold. Notre Dame hedges, recovers. A little kind of scramble play here. Maryland gets a step on Notre Dame. So Notre Dame is reestablished. We're folded down and has a hot guy right here. Two things about this part of the play. One, Notre Dame outnumbers Maryland inside the box. So if you take, a box hash to hash, about 12 yards, you'll see that Notre Dame basically has 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. And Maryland really only has these kind of 2 guys in the box, which is great because they have these 2 guys out here. When the ball is below GLE, we want to leave these guys further out and outnumber teams inside the box. Maybe it's 15 yards for certain teams. Maybe it's down from here, but it's somewhere, in that, 12 to 15 yard range. We want these top guys holding down it, and we want to make sure we outnumber the offense inside the box when the ball's at X. The other thing Notre Dame's crease guy does well is he never turns his belly to the ball. So if we watch 30 right here, he finds the ball over his shoulder on this side, and as the play continues, right there he turns chest to chest with his man, not belly to X, chest to chest, and now he finds the ball over his other shoulder as it switches sides. This allows us to shore up the inside, make sure we don't get back cut, but also to connect and communicate with our teammates right here. So now these 4 guys on Notre Dame, notice how all of their, chest to the middle, he's sideways able to see down. I think this guy will end up flipping his hips a little as the ball comes through right here. But right now, they're all sideways and connected, and that allows Notre Dame's number 30 to slide without ever turning his belly to X, right? To able to stay connected inside slide. It's a good slide, a good approach. Notre Dame is able to cover up the inside enough. This is an awesome job, just kind of staying above the inside guy, so you're able to get out, but still collapsing down and passing a guy through to the middle, and then slide. The ball moves, the possession plays out. I think Notre Dame could have a better approach there where they don't get rolled back to the middle. But once again, that is the Dodgers' weak hand sweeping across the middle. We get slides. So overall, not the worst shot to give up, but I think a lot of nice things from that possession.